to game number 2 here in this best of 3 series between paiN Gaming and Mad Kings. Summit 8 a qualifiers, very first round in a double elimination bracket. So this means that even if Mad Kings lose the second game here as well, they will drop down and have another shot. And that also means that paiN Gaming will have to take on Sacred, who've also been looking just as strong as they did in the last game. So we'll see what happens. My name is DragonJob. I'm still joined by Wacky
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Always. Are you sure I can press that button again?
Alright, you press that button, I won't be joining you for another cast. First bans, we see Earth Spirit Nightstalker, which is pretty interesting. paiN Gaming won that last game. They won the side of the Dire by a landslide. Mad Kings had Earth Spirit, I believe.
5 seconds remaining.
They didn't do very well at all, and they banned out the Earth Spirit. So I think it's a lot of what these South American teams are thinking so far is, okay, if we find out they have an Earth Spirit player, we ban out Earth Spirit. I don't want to play against that. But then the Night Stalker ban coming on the side of Mad Kings, I guess they don't want to deal with that again, because paiN Gaming did quite a number on them last game with the Night Stalker and Nature's Prophet combination.
Yeah, they did indeed. Again, this early aggression here, they've been able to drive it home. Just build an advantage, keep the advantage, keep building it further and further, and to the point where it just start running over. Because Mad Kings, they didn't really have the tools to withstand that indefinitely. They made some plays here with that Earth Spirit, but ultimately wasn't enough to getting by themselves the time that they need to really get the Sven off the ground.
It was enough to get paiN Gaming to ban out the Earth Spirit, though. So they don't have that card up their sleeves this time. We see an Undying first round pick. Alright, I'm excited. I love that hero. That is the run at them hero.
Oh, yeah. Talk about early game pressure, right? I mean, he's the he's the definition of that. You just love playing against tri-lanes. You just have all of the strength. You get super strong yourself, and then it's also sometimes really tricky to play against, because sometimes you see your full health bar, you feel like, oh yeah, everything's fine, I can take this trade, but then you realize that your health points are dropping down so fast, because your max health is like 340 or some shit, because you have 3 stacks of decay on you. It's almost impossible to deal with in certain matchups.
Yeah, you go from the I can take this fight, this is looking great, to oh no, he just took 12 strength away from me. That man now has another 220 HP.
And from there you go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, let's get the hell out of here. And,
then the Left 4 Dead zombies start chasing you everywhere, and he's got 3 tombstones because he's respawned and died again. Thanks, Valve.
I don't think you get to that point though, unless you buy back, because you get the talent at level 15.
Yeah, but do you get one for the reincarnation? I've never actually seen an Undying get 25. The game normally ends first.
That's a good point. It gets reincarnation. You should be able to get one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that mechanic for sure, though. That's something that I need to have looked in a lobby before I even started talking about Undying.
I mean, the game has to get to that point in the first place, right? And if an Undying game gets to level 25, then something's gone wrong.
Yeah, normally the game has ended one way or another before that point is hit. That's just how the heroes played. And Spear Breaker coming out. I'm really excited for this game. I don't know about you. We're going to see lots of aggression on both sides when we see a Spear Breaker on one side and Undying in the other.
Well, I gotta brace myself to not miss half the kills in this game, that's for damn sure.
That's what your good buddy Neff is here for, though, right?
You just know that the kills are gonna be all over the place, too. Teleport scrolls are being available to everybody. Spear Breaker is charging across the whole map. Yeah, paiN Gaming. Try and double down on that, perhaps now even more so with that counter pressure coming out. I mean, Spirit Breaker, very tanky early on, by all rights. Brewmaster, similar story, but we were saying that in game number 1 of the first series, and then that Brewmaster died like 3-4 times in a row. If paiN Gaming managed a similar feat here. They get themselves a Doom, and that's another one of these run into your heroes, right? You get a couple of levels. Infernal Blades, that build up is also very strong. I've seen that before, actually. Just 1 point up into the Devour, and then just Max out the Infernal Blade before the Scorched Earth.
Dire
I
team
think
ban.
1-2-2 is a very good build.
Radiant team
I think they've
ban.
changed the Scorched Earth around to do a little bit more level 1, or is it still double at level 2?
I think it's
Doubles?
double.
Yeah. So you
Feels
go
very
1-2-2 on that hero, but again, these heroes don't go down very easily. Spearbreaker, tons of HP, tons of armor, extremely tanky.
10
Same goes for
seconds
Brewmaster.
remaining.
You talk about everything in his kit helps him stay alive and walk away from getting
5
hammered down on.
seconds remaining.
So they have a pretty good response to the Undying. And again, the Doom coming out, being able to Infernal Blade Strength
Dire
heroes
team
is
pick.
very good on him.
Yep.
Bans though. Quinn and paiN, Lone Druid. I guess they really don't want any more tanky heroes on the side of Mad King, so they take out Lone Druid. That would be pretty hard to take out. And it's a huge problem if he starts whacking away on your
seconds
tombstone with
remaining.
how fast him and his bear attack
Oh,
when they have Rabbit on.
Radiant team pick.
One of
And
these heroes
disappointed.
that if you lose even a skirmish, you have to back away. You're also gonna lose your towers quickly.
And Rube coming out on the side of Mad Kings. We didn't really see that aura last game, did we? The
Not really.
offensive aura. He left
Yeah.
it on
10
defensive
seconds
almost all the
remaining.
time. It wasn't very often, and he didn't even level the aura until he hit
5
level 11, I
seconds
don't think.
remaining.
So we didn't really see much use out of it at all. I didn't fully agree with what he was doing, but again, with the amount that paiN Gaming was winning on that Rubik, I really am in no place to argue with them.
It's really hard to make that argument unless you really have that situation where you can say, hey, would have been really good here if he had that aura, if he had it turned into aggressive mode.
Dire team pick.
And you
Yeah,
get that
so I
extra
can-
kill, you get that perhaps a kill on a Brood Mother where she's living with like 50 health points. Stuff
Yeah.
like that, you know?
When I get to play Captain Hindsight, and
Yeah.
everybody goes, "Oh boy."
Not again. The Lion, actually, that's an interesting
10
one.
seconds remaining.
A lot of
Should be.
lockdown, and if you get these early levels, it can also be
5
extremely
seconds
effective.
remaining.
Yeah, well, being able to keep anybody down under the tombstone for just a little bit longer, being able to keep them down for a second decay, really does a number on the enemy. So, Undying and Lion roaming around together, I feel like those two are fairly powerful. Anybody with any sort of disable heading along places with the Undying, Undying staying at front line are a little bit hard to get past. It just makes Lion so much stronger and so much harder to deal with when you have a army of zombies between you and him.
Well, there's one possible solution to all of the zombies. You can
seconds
at least
remaining.
momentarily deal with them with that flak cannon from the Gyrocopter if he chooses to level it.
5 seconds
In
remaining.
normally Gyrocopters these days, they even opt to max out the missile, be it a core or not. Have that fighting potential, right? You're a fighting hero these days, I think. You're not just a farming hero.
Absolutely. That hero does tons of magical damage. His talent's at level 10, extremely strong. What that guy can do with the 4-step / Hurricane Pike is absolutely hilarious. I think it's like one of the better items on him as well. Gyrocopter could deal with most things pretty well. And again, he can just auto-attack the tombstone while he's got flak cannon on, and he's not that punished for it because it's still hitting everybody else. You aren't really taking your time
10
away
seconds remaining.
from hitting an enemy to hit the tombstone like a lot of other heroes do, which can cost you a team
5
fight in some
seconds
situations.
remaining.
You're getting both the targets at once. But Juggernaut also pretty good against Gyrocopter. The spin doing a lot of work against the rocket barrage coming out from him.
Same time, not the best hero
Radiant
against
team
Spiritbreaker
ban.
in some circumstances. That you always have that charge still coming through. You have the bashes and that ultimate just control of the Juggernaut, try to prevent him from getting off the Omni Slash or something, even after the spin. So it's something that he has to be careful about. Probably the Lion's job, or
10
perhaps the
seconds
Doom,
remaining.
to just try and prevent that. Maybe even the Undying throwing out some heals just to
5 seconds remaining.
play around with Spiritbreaker. It's not exactly a hero that's an auto win by any means. You have to find the right angles, and actually quite the other way around. If you don't get anything done with the Spiritbreaker, you start to fall behind. It's a very hard hero to just play and get anything done with, really. So in that sense, Mad Kings, they really have the owners. They have the burden of execution. have to try and make things happen
Radiant
themselves.
team pick. Dire
Not
team
necessarily easy up against this pink gaming lineup, especially if you add Death Prophet on top of that. Another hero that's very hard to kill and very easy to overextend into with the Spirit Siphons.
Let's see what this last pick coming out here is, though.
10
Should
seconds
be
remaining.
interesting. I think they'll play again high DPS
5 seconds
hero. Just
remaining.
one more thing to really burst the enemy team down, be super huge for Mad Kings here. And that might be something that they decide to do. But yeah, paiN Gaming, very good at staying alive with both.
Choose your hero.
Okay, Monkey
Ah.
King. That's position 1.
Looks like it, yeah. XD picking that one up. Nada was the Queen of Pain last game. Of the mid lanes. Oh.
Interesting. But yeah, that is one of the things that's going to give you that a little bit of extra burst, especially, or even in the early game. The auto attacks you're getting off with Monkey King do a lot more than any other carry.
Yep. Could be an interesting solution here. So. See whether they can make it work. There used to be a time when Monkey King, like back when he was first introduced, seen plenty of Monkey King just overextend into the enemy and then just straight up get bursted down. But nowadays, Monkey King's got a lot better at just playing around the edges of the hero, stepping back just one step before being extended.
Yeah. The fact that hero is a melee hero is a little bit silly.
Yeah. Melee hero, but with almost longer range than the Templar Assassin with at base level without Psyglades.
Yeah, about the same range as Luna, except the attack animation is better. Almost everything about the hero is better.
He's a Luna player. It makes me feel really sad. When you have to get a Dragonlance to actually feel like a ranged hero.
At least the Dragonlance is in the game. I think that item brought Luna back into the meta, despite her being somewhat weak in the patch, unless you're running with certain lineups.
Hurricane Pike in general is just so good for Luna. You get the range, and you also have that health regen item that makes playing feel so much more comfortable. You have any sort of item with a ring of health in it, and you don't have to walk back to base or rely on your teammates to heal yourself up for every little thing. You know.
Yep.
There's a banana being ganked, and they're gonna eat that banana maybe if they can get some extra bit of control up here, but. Only the Lion's down, no follow-up damage, so just walk away.
Yep, that's only 1.4 seconds done. Might get their rune, but that's pretty much it. Also, can we talk about how silly this Undying set is? Same with the Gyrocopter one.
Starting with that Davy Jones crewman set.
Yeah, and the
That's what they're
Gyrocopter wearing a Spartan helm for some reason.
That's one of the that's the Warhammer set, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, the stun Duster just shows his face down at the bottom. We're locking things up a little bit. Already made that TP and yeah, I was gonna say HFN joining him. So a bit of a dual lane. Tavo and King RD together up top. And this is very scary to go into, and almost to a point where they'll have to dodge him. I mean, XD, as strong as the Monkey King is, not going to be able to withstand that alone. Not even sure if... Okay, that's a nice snipe though. Rubik's still in the courier, and if my courier hotkey would work, I could tell you what was on it. Or it's broken. Thanks, Volvo.
Thanks, Volvo. What was that on it? Oh, right. Can't tell. Whoops. My bad, dude.
Must have been a salve or something. I think he got it on the way to Masha, right? Oh no, he has a salve, so maybe, I think it was on the way back.
Yeah, it had to be on the way back. Alright, we didn't miss anything. He got the salve. We scouted everything out perfectly, and this Rubik manages to get the Undying and the Doom off of him on the top lane. In the bottom lane, this Brewmaster is having a lot better of a time than the Brewmaster in the first series that we casted. So good of a time that for some reason Sword Amy is using his taunts in front of this Juggernaut.
God.
Hmm.
We had that belief in the Catherine Struff SEA finals that I casted, and Raven He was just taunting every few seconds, and when he was playing Jakiro, just throwing out that awful taunt with the awful sound time and time again.
Yeah, that one. Well, it's also happening in the top lane. Undyne keeps throwing out this taunt every time he's nearby the Rubik.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about things like this in competitive. I mean, players are having a good time with it, but it is a little bit silly.
I mean, in some cases it's even useful because, well, these kind of taunts on you and die kind of obfuscates the way you're moving to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in some circumstances when you're juking and jiving a little bit, then it might actually be game-changing in some senses, but very
It's a
rarely.
little bit difficult to see which direction exactly they're trying to move in because of the taunt animation how it works.
Exactly.
You can sort of hide the fact that you're
lift
raising
into
on
the
shadow.
rockets here. It's only now getting started. We'll be able to make it under the tower, doing a bit of damage. Qualifier forced out. There was also a charge coming through, but that was cancelled. King RD makes a rotation, so space created at the same time down bottom. Not enough space apparently. Juggernaut gets the spin down.
Yeah, and then a couple XDs come out from alt chat along with well plays. So, interesting Dota 2.
Should have spammed the T tools because that's exactly what happened again. Afraid of it. Just like all of these lanes have kill pressure, don't they?
Well, the kills can happen in each of these lanes. Yeah, some of them they're going to happen a little bit quicker than others. Looks like those two engaged on each other pretty aggressively. The line came out on the side while you spun though.
Charge
And I
from a
guess
an unexpected angle here coming from below. Now Masha has another rocket on him, but no extra bash coming through from Ogre, so able to make it safely under the tier 1 tower. Top lane though, XD. This one dropping super low. Quite the Jingle Mastery stacked up, but quite enough damage once again. Sliding this time on the Rubik. He'll get the lift to keep them away.
XD chose to just auto attack a creep with the last attack of mastery that he had instead of boundless striking the creep wave. Interesting choice. You can heal yourself up to full when you do that.
Yep. And again, full doesn't really mean so much if you only have 600 health points, because they're losing so many strength points from decay. King ID keeping that up. For now, it's down to 4. One being chased away. Only has like 2 more decays in him. 2 or 3.
Dire's top tower is
You
under
could always just ferry yourself out some clarities, or if you're playing turbo mode, just buy a bunch anywhere on the map.
And they changed it though, so you have couriers in turbo mode as well. But they're super fast and unkillable. I don't know how the changes in dynamics. I'm not never played turbo mode in the first place, but yeah. Bit of engagement on top, they get the bashes, they get the lift, but do they have the damage here with the Jingle Mastery? Get the boundless strike. Almost walked out of range of it here, but they will secure the kill. Mogra might just die to the AoE here from Scorcher. If he jukes down south, Tabo, and that time's out. Gets the charge across, he'll be absolutely fine. Mogra with the plays to keep himself alive. King ID, back from dead though, gets another WK. He has Tombstone available. That's time to turn things around. Another boundless strike. And the Tombstone, only low level. Level 1 in fact, so not lasting for too long. Another charge coming through. All the way from the base, so Mogra TP'd back to try and make that work. So, but Slaughter will fall as a result. King ID. Salving up now, XD. Couple body blocks, jumps up to the tree. He wants to cancel himself, and he does. More XDs being spammed. This probably something happens elsewhere on the map, but a charge finally connecting. King ID only saying his welcome a little bit perhaps, but XD is dropping so low himself, but not low enough. 3 on 1 as the Doom decides to just walk on out of that Tavo, unable to really help his teammate out.
It's quite a long engagement that happened up there, and looks like Mad Kings overall came out on top of it, huh?
Yeah, seems like it. The King ID just hanging around for way too long, taunting one too many times, and being connected on with that charge all the way from base. And Sladen,
things aren't really over yet.
He's being nuked down himself. They lift him up to the high ground though. Well played.
Radiant's top tower
Did manage to bait him up over there. Doom didn't see that one coming. One thing that was kind of interesting to happen in that whole game. Actually, never mind. Bottom lane.
Into spin. Marsha also drops that ultimate. Haste Rune making that rotation down bottom. They also have a catapult wave, so that Exorcism. Sweep wave already on target. They should be able to bring down his tower eventually. We want the mid though. That was King RD trying to take that over, but he gets just all down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
All the spirit breakered.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
Fortify
is
coming
under
up from
attack.
both sides there. They're trying to take down, or they're all trying to take down these tier 1s by any means necessary, but bottom tower goes and mid tower is still very, very healthy at almost full HP.
Fine, charge coming through an HFN. He does have a spin to work with to try and protect himself. Does so also a little bit of a turnaround play. The stun will actually miss onto Morgo, but damage is still coming through. HFN gets that kill. Now committing for more here, but a bit of a crit from Sword. Kinda enough to chase him away, has to eat his way through the trees, but with the Quelling Blade will be able to do so. Dust unable to help out a little bit more. He needs to steal some mana, but he can't from the Brewlings. Not being committed here. HFN, they keep the vision up with the charge, so that will be a secured kill. Can't transfer over onto the creeps. I'll be able to farm these up now. That's on the map. Up top, the courier flying back. King AD wants other targets though, but this point XD unless you start with some damage from the bog. You can always jump up into these trees and well, hard to deal with at that point. No Quelling Blades between these two heroes, so hey.
You're the hard counter for the Monkey King jumping in the tree with the tombstone though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah?
That's
Bring him
true.
down?
You can use those to bring him down. That's a good point actually.
Talked about the Undying counter on the Monkey King. Of course, he's pretty bad against the hero in almost every
We've
other
got Masher here, Death Row down to half health. The rocket will connect, follow up with the charge, cooldown as well. And it's done, keeping him in it. Not quite enough damage, you need a few more right clicks, but Spirit Siphon comes out. The turnaround is there, especially with HFN also making that wraparound play. Another rocket though, and this will be enough, despite him turning to face it, trying to mitigate the damage.
Not anymore.
That's true. Used to work.
It's probably what was going
It's a
through his mind.
reflex.
Yeah, you got all those years of muscle memory. You got to walk towards the rocket to survive, and really doesn't matter.
Yeah, because we've seen so many gyrocopters in the last patches, like yeah.
Radiant's
These things
bottom
ingrained into yourself, thus is able to turn around. Cancel that charge. Now the hex onto the Monkey King. It was a tree frog, quite literally. Oh man. But yeah. All of a sudden the entirety of the Radiant find themselves on the top half of the map, so could be able to secure the tier 1 tower one way or another, but they will trade for tier 1 mid perhaps if they commit for that. Dava already tipping down bottom to at least bring down a Brewmaster here. Throws out the Doom as well. Now running him down, he's much faster. And he's gonna have to juke him here, and he'll be successful. That Doom alone is not gonna be enough to take him out, I believe. He'll be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, in mid, there's a bit of a tussle going on here. Axis committed Masha, trying to go some extra bit of damage. Unable to really bring anyone else down, so that's just gonna fit for the tower. Still on level 1 Axis, so it's not that crazy. They also have the Unimort going. HFN, despite that, dropping quite low indeed. Level 1 healing ward at the same time, so it's really doing too much healing.
Fairly sad
There's
healing ward
charge from the
really
back.
doing anything.
Gonna go on Masha though, is just being healed up by the spirits. XD. We need to do some damage with fueling up the Jingle Mastery. Bomber Strike starting off with that now. Dustin gets bashed up.
Omni
Charge
Slash,
available
though.
now. The Omni Slash and the Hacks here. And one more right click on the spin. That'll also do the trick. Don't want to commit any further. Sword coming through. He does have that Brew Split available. Now, jump in from XD. Finish up the Jingle Mastery. Masha shoots him away with his last Spirit Siphon. paiN Gaming though, they have to slow down a little bit. Get the spells back available.
Mad King's doing much better so far this game than they did in the previous one. Responding very well to a lot of these rotations from paiN Gaming, and Spirit Breaker is just all over the place. Usually exactly where he needs to be. Really stopping any aggression coming out from the side of paiN, or punishing them when they extend onto them.
Pushing Nada here on his Majiro. Does have the max out homing missile, and it's proved to be quite a nuisance for Masha.
And what's one of these games today without more pauses, huh? Nothing? You're not gonna say anything?
I feel if I say something, then it's just gonna end up
Happen again,
turning
you're gonna
bad.
jinx
for-
it?
yeah. It's not professional if I say what I want to say right now. This server sucks. 20%. All right. they're doing.
Well,
I'm just reading what they're saying right now, and that's enough expression for me.
Well, this is why all the Peruvians play on US East. Everybody, their servers not the best. Looks like they hate where they're from.
Yep. Oh, doing SA again until that for sure.
Gotta take what you.
But
The people need you.
Yeah, we had game 1 on Brazil server.
Hmm?
Game 1
And
was
this
on
one's-
Brazil server, and this one's too. So that was the line that we had from the administration. And game 3, if it comes to that, would be back in Brazil.
Yeah, unfortunate teams that deal with these lag issues. Hopefully, whatever issues this either through the servers or whatever routing is happening down there are fixed, so South America can enjoy low ping Dota 2.
The fight top here, the smoke rotation coming through on, and they're gonna try and burst on Brumas, and they will be able to before the charge can even connect. Mad King, so we're setting up for something themselves. But in gaming, just one step too quick. Mana Dragon level 1 actually being stolen by Slattern, so a bit useful. Trying to sustain himself a little bit, but for now they're smoking up. But they're smoked up under wards, so I don't believe that paiN Gaming will be caught off guard by that. In fact, King RD is also already scouting for that. He's Slattern on the lower ground as he secures himself the bounty run. Gosh, they're coming through an HFN though, and Sword TPing back in. They need to get rid of that healing ward, and they will be able to HFN. Healed up though by King RD still. Buying some time, but with Bruce Britt committed, he will lose his life, and now to wrap around Nada with the rocket onto Duster. He should be able to secure the kill with the rocket barrage, but at the same time, the creep wave comes through. We'll have to commit the call down as well as another charge, but they get all 3 heroes up in the top lane. Running down the Undying. So that's quite the feat. Base created here as they're going for mid. Marsha with that ultimate being used. Tavo also wrapping in from the side, does not let Doom go. Just want to secure the tower with the access system, and that's what they will be able to do. Oh, will the fight stop? Maybe not. HFN just sweeping straight into Slattern. Stole himself the healing ward. Does have the stash available. Now the Doom coming through, and a TP from Tabo onto the Brewmaster.
2 misses on the Infernal Blades.
Seems good. And the third one connects, follow up with the stun. The spin, maybe a bit overkill. They secure that kill though, and meanwhile Marsha wraps around, finds the Rubik on the retreat, and now Day of Discord completed. Where does it leave us, Neff?
Leaves us with a very angry paiN Gaming right now. After that last engagement, they can't be very happy. They managed to take down that tower mid lane. Now they go mid. So I think after that engagement where they got 3 for no, they're like, okay, no more messing around. We need to play serious Dota now. We're taking down towers. We're gonna run this game at our pace, not theirs anymore.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Still, I'm really impressed with how Mad King's been playing this game versus the last one. Looks like some of their complaints about the servers might have been true, and last game they might have been really brought down, but we'll see.
Alright, if he runs into Slattern, who's just trying to style on him a little bit with stolen spells. Just trying to go on a warding mission. That's what happens sometimes. Gets a hex off, and actually Marsha is still there to provide the extra damage. Still being charged up. And he will die, but at what cost? Morgo is also behind enemy lines. His Stick Charge is actually keeping Dust alive even. I spoke too soon. Jebaited, that's what they say.
J-baited.
See all these other things, but that's jebaited.
Yeah, it looks like no
say.
more messing around with paiN Gaming. Yeah. They're really stepping it up. Really well played by them there. That Lion baited them out and responded to Spear Breaker and the Monkey King there extremely well. Was completely calm in that situation too. He didn't touch that haster and he left it for his Death Prophet. Yeah. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Lesser player definitely would have picked up that haste and started running for it. But not this guy. Not Duster.
He did the math, you know. Did the absolute math. Tavo, well, gone on himself now. Scorched Earth, running down, so this is the time to go, but those are drums to keep up that movement speed. No real angle there. Meanwhile, the rest of the Radiant down bottom is smoked up again. I've been scattered out. I'm not exactly sure where they smoked, but there's a dire side observer ward there in the bottom. Might have seen what's going on. Nada though, he's farming up the Ancients, very close to danger zone. Buster, don't quite see it. He's farming on the left side of the shrine.
You have Exorcism. They decided to use it before Death Prophet is level 12. They must really want this tower. And again, Mad King's not in the best position to counter this just yet. Monkey King does have a teleport, but it's on cooldown at the moment, so it looks like they're going to get this tier 2 for pretty much nothing. They are going to try and take an engagement. The Spearbreaker charges and doesn't cancel.
Oh, he cancels it, but way too late. Now he gets just spun down. The Cauldron comes through, but we're doing too much here without any sort of counterplay, sort of follow play, especially with the Healing Ward being dropped down. So yeah, tower for free, and not just that, but also a kill. Maybe they can get the Tombstone here before it expires, and I should be able to.
Oh,
So it's like what, 200 gold for sword? I think Nada actually picked it up.
it wasn't completely for free. Cardi the Catapult did manage to take the mid tower in that engage.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
One
MVP
time
for
card does something useful.
Yeah.
In jokes.
Hashtag never again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. And looks like they're starting to make a push for the top lane here. Everybody gathering up. Doom not quite there yet, but it's actually one thing that we missed in that team fight. The bottom lane, the Spearbreaker actually got silenced before he was able to, or as he went in with his Charge of Darkness, so he wasn't able to throw out another strike either. He just sort of went in and then wasn't able to get back afterwards, and not able to really get the stun off that he wanted to. But I don't think Mad Kings wins this team fight if they fight into them here. They have Tombstone up.
Gonna go to Marsha, but again, silence coming through. Try to wind up from Nether Strike though. Well, gonna work here. Doom coming through. Now all three of them so close to each other inside the spin. They're just gonna lose their lives immediately. With or without that Monkey King ultimate. Roosevelt was committed, but the heal massive coming through with all the zombies, all the units around. So even that Bruce Split not really working out. He does get to blink out as it ends. Look at how fast Marsha is here. They're gonna catch up, and they're gonna try to get some more control on it. They're even diving high ground for him. They really want the team vibe, and they're gonna get it too. Omnislash not even committed to the last fight. They all died to a spin. Duster needs some extra heals here. Oh, the tower aggro being shifted. Just in time for him to survive. And looking more and more like paiN Gaming might still hit the similar timing than to last game with a high ground push.
Oh, but you still have Exorcism with the Death Prophet.
Ooh.
I mean, that whole fight, that 5-for-0 was underneath a tier 2 on the side of Mad Kings here, and like, you have Exorcism not used on Death Prophet during that fight. Omnislash was saved until the very end to kill the Brewmaster. God, that was an awful fight for them to take. It's not just that they're that far behind, but like just the positioning for that fight. It's not something you can fight into against an Undying, especially. You need to be very careful.
Yeah. Those zombies started to stack up so fast.
Oh yeah. And then they managed to keep the lion alive, or team alive again and again with the Soul Rip.
Yep. Omnislash stolen though from Sladen, so that's interesting. Didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, this Ruby's gonna be the hero that they need. The greatest Omnislash there ever was or will be is gonna come out from this Rubik. Slaughter, absolutely slaughter the Radiant team here. That's how I see this happening.
Well, gets that Exovision here, so can keep an eye on Mogo with the Shiva's Guard. And just runs him down. Doesn't even have the Scorched Earth, he's still faster. But Charge coming on cooldown just in time. Lion trying to go for the interception. Instead, it's King RD who'll find it.
Ooh.
Oh, the drive-by. This with the Soul Rip, only 1 point decay, and also the Unit of Shadows just for good measure.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Unit of
enough.
Shadows is what really finished him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But yeah, no escape. No escape from the paiN train.
Haha!
That's
a good one.
I'll stop dropping these awful one-liners.
Let's gonna start indulging you. Come on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, that's a nice ward. The high ground here giving them some vision for this tier 3 top. Down to 680 health points already, so it's a prime target for them to bring down. Tavo wants mana, he's almost at full. But he has a clarity as well, so. It's actually Marsha who's carrying a few of those.
Clarities are, I think, overpowered in this patch. You carry a bunch of those around with you, you can do anything you want. And okay, Exorcism out, Tombstone down, Healing Ward out.
Yeah,
how do you stop them?
I don't think you do. I mean, Monkey King is a Battle Fury. He's not really ready to fight right now. Is he?
Absolutely not.
HFN will dodge damage. He's dropping out the ultimate, but the Exorcism spill is still doing the damage to the rain tracks. But now there's a blink in. A nice little boundless strike actually, and they do burst down a Death Prophet. That's how you fight it. Take away the Exorcism. Apparently that works. Tavo, next on the list here. Rocket's gonna follow him. Yules, I'll just will be stopped, lift up into the air, and eventually they'll burn through him, surely. Meanwhile, let's get the Doom thrown out. Duster's still alive, and now the Omni Slash. HFN is still a force to be reckoned with, and they will bring down that Monkey King eventually with a spin, even though that Jingle Master Lights are keeping him alive a little bit longer, but at what cost? Mad Kings. They're the ones with a 5-man wipe, triple kill for Nada. Out of the blue. And into the fire.
Yeah, and that's more than a 3k, not worth the swing, even if you take a tier 3 and you take one of the Raxes. They were not expecting that. I mean, they waited until, what, the Tombstone and the Healing Ward were both down, and then they ran right into them.
Yeah.
Where's my pension?
Extremely well played. That was a perfect reaction from Mad Kings as far as that went. That's the best case scenario for them. Full 5-man wipe. I mean, you lose a little bit there, but my god, that I guess that brings you back in the game. Like, it was looking like the paiN game would just run them over and we'd see something similar to last game, except a little bit faster, but they respond to that just so well.
Going to continue to be the key, just bursting down the Death Prophet as fast as you can with the Exorcism going. Can accomplish that, and actually there's a lot of the damage output from paiN Gaming that's missing, because Juggernaut isn't even quite there yet beyond that Omni Slash. You're now starting to build into Renta style, and starting to build that right-click damage with the Battle Fury as well. Over farming at him still, I want to say, on the Juggernaut.
I imagine they're not going to continue doing this, but it does give them vision of all the heroes on the side of paiN Gaming, so they end up cancelling it. They know where those three are, and I think they pretty good idea of where they're going to go. Or maybe they don't. Do they take Roshan? I think that's what they realized they were lacking in that last fight. Juggernaut couldn't remain a frontliner because they had no Aegis, so them having this might give them a chance to take tier 3 without any casualties this time. And we'll see a Manta style coming out in this Juggernaut after they take this Roshan as well. And again, no way they don't get here fast.
Took them a while, but yeah. Just in time, actually, yeah. Could have been disastrous perhaps if Mad Kings managed to take another teamfight like that, but the Omni Slash just onto the Spirit Breaker, so Space Scout taken out immediately.
Yeah.
And Rocket will fly, and they will just tank it to the face, no problem whatsoever. The Rune of Many Winds actually being scattered out. HFN taking that from himself with the bottle from his teammate Marsha. And now Aegis in hand with the DD Rune bottled up. And this teamfight is going to start on even better terms from paiN Gaming now.
Yeah, he's got everything he wants right now. He's got the Aegis, he's got his Blink Battle Fury. He's just lacking his Manta, which he might wait for actually before the team fight starts, or before they go for that last push. They figure, okay, if I can get this Manta style and I have this DD bottled, I think we take Arax no problem. So they'll wait for Omni Slash to come up, they'll wait for Exorcism to come up, and that's when they'll make their move. So Mad King's better have an answer in the next 60 seconds.
Oh, it's not a good start. Brewmaster is straight up being doomed. Tabo trying to run him down, but Slam is there. We need a little bit more help as charge coming from Hogan. I actually want to turn this around. Duster, he's a much more appealing target. Very easy to bring down the line by comparison. I'm trying to TP out. That's not going to happen. XD. Jumping in with a Boundless Strike. Crit. It's created. You tank a Doom, you get a kill. force Tavo out of that lane.
Dust gets
Oh.
swept up there.
Actually,
and
CHFN still, they're gonna go on him, but Glimmercape from the sun dying. Another rocket being channeled up, now to lift into that rocket. King RD is actually in a lot of trouble, he does not even get to drop down a Doomstone, probably for the best.
Hot shot.
paiN Gaming, they have to be very careful about not chain feeding here.
Absolutely. Again, I was telling you just a minute ago, they better have an answer in the next 50 or 60 seconds, and they did. They managed to do all that in the time that they had. So, very well played by them. I think paiN Gaming trying to take a little bit too much out of the map, really, up their cooldowns.
It's coming through here. Brewmaster's dropping lower and lower on this line. Oh, the bash coming through from Tavo. That Infernal Blade doing just enough, and they do chased out. And Monkey King out of his own ultimate. Exorcism has been committed for that, though. It's a win in its own right for Mad Kings. Won't be able to really make good use of that. Maybe a couple of ticks of damage on a tier 2 tower, but no significant amount.
I'm not even sure they're able to take this tier 2 tower here. They might be able. But yeah, you use your DD, use your Omni Slash, Doom's on cooldown. You're not going to be able to break high ground here. They prevented you from being able to win the game for just a little bit longer. And we'll see what gets Mad Kings.
One of these games where you're already starting to run into it, and even though you've lost racks, it's only range racks up top, so it's not the biggest of deals. Grand scheme of things, so starting to get items. I mean, Butterfly and Gyrocop, these are actually super farmed right now. Monkey King also getting there with that Battle Fury, now the Shadow Blade to just put up the things. Yasha starting to add up a little bit. He's in for 200 a pop right now.
Yeah, and this is a pretty major one. Radiance is being built on the Brewmaster. He's got 37 gold right now saved up. So once he gets that 38 and another the recipe, I think it's going to be pretty huge in these team fights. The amount that it's going to do the Lion Doom and
oh wait, Japan, he
and
just
Dying is
blinked into the Prowlers, gets rooted up, Slaven. Well, steals a spin, that still came out. Japan cannot be punished, but that was almost very scary, and situation might not be over. Mogo in a very interesting position. Once again, he keeps finding these angles to charge from. It's actually being scattered out. Charging onto Duster. Roll up with another strike here, looking to try and burst him down. The Hex coming through, the Rocket being channeled out. Duster needs some serious help right now, and that Glimmer Cape should be enough to tank a lot of that magic damage. But now the call down, the heals, and another Zapdos from Slaven. They get that kill, but meanwhile the Doom in the back, another charge coming through, but that will be cancelled by the Omni Slash bouncing all the way around. They do get the kill on Brewmaster, that's a good stop. But now they have to fight into Monkey King Ultimate. They lose Tavo. Now Masha, a couple of Spirit Typhons going out, no Exorcism to really do the damage show. Now the charge very, very fast into the back. Exorcism coming back off cooldown in just a couple of seconds, but it's almost too late to get it off now. King RD rejoining the party, that's also healing the one. It's HFN coming through from the side, blinking across. He's dodging that Boundless Strike now. Another bit of a spin. The Spirit Breaker offers himself up as a sacrifice. Dominating spree for the Juggernaut. Does have another blink, but Total Sladen will be able to make it back to base. Still,
yeah, that was
good fight for paiN Gaming, wasn't it?
a very good fight for them. But again, that would have been disastrous for paiN if they didn't have the Aegis on that Juggernaut. There's no way they win in that situation. But
Yeah.
I think the way Mad Kings is playing is just so much better than Game 1 right now.
Yeah.
Everything they do responding to what paiN wants just feels so much more clean, so much more smooth. They feel like a different team than last game.
Yeah. We saw in the fight, I mean, especially considering that they lost the Brewmaster straight off the bat. I mean, those the perfect initiation for paiN Gaming in that sense, right? You get the Doom off, you burst down Brew, get a good amount of damage on the Omni Slash off, and still kind of have a hard time just converting it to more. Once again, just because of that Exorcism cooldown. Marsha has that if he comes into the side of that team fight with an Exorcism going, Mad Kings might just all die, but in the stance, find the right time to fight and
Yeah.
take that engagement.
Very good positioning and taking advantage of taking fights when the enemies don't have their ultimates or constantly forcing them out when they only have one or two.
Line with a blink initiation, they're just gonna throw the kitchen sink at the Gyrocop. He's still pretty damn fast, but not fast enough. Taba coming through for the kill steal, well, kill secure as it's called in this particular instance, like I would imagine.
That's what I call them.
It's the ice armor creeps, extra 8 armor for everybody to work with, so it's pretty useful against the Monkey King. And now just staring down this melee rack. Spectre regen is not really going to be there. The middle lane being where it is, so they will be able to finish this off. Rest of this exorcism. Say that those the glyph will say no to that, but Tombstone being down to give them covering fire. They got what they came for.
Yep,
Kings
now they
to
can
be able
leave.
to
Radiant's
do
bottom
this.
tower is under attack.
Round 2, they managed to pull it off. While that happens, Monkey King pushing out bottom lane. Tier 3 takes a little bit of chip damage from these creeps, but again, definitely paiN Gaming coming out on top there, finally taking that melee racks that's been left exposed for so long. So, where do we go from here? Do you think paiN Gaming take advantage of that lane being pushed in by super creeps now? They try and do some backdoor or something like that, or just try and take control of more of the map with the extra space that it gives them?
They can really make these kind of plays because if they overextend like that, it's still very easy for Mad Kings to get make these kills happen. So I think paiN Gaming is just gonna try and play it safe and try and dodge these kind of gangs. That's the first step, but they might not get the chance. Marsha on the side again, timing without the exorcism, so they're lacking a huge part of the damage output. But King AD does get the Tombstone off, a couple of decay stacks, but the Bruce Split also being committed as well. They burst down the Undying. Now the Brewlings working away at the Tombstone that cannot be healed up right now, but don't actually quite have enough damage here. They are being chased back to the other side of the river. Now the Omnislash though doing a lot of damage here. They're all grouped up together, so even the Battle Fury doing a bit here. Mogre will be brought down before he can get his ultimate off, but now as spin ends, they lift up the Juggernaut and they do burst him down instead. HFN overextending a little bit. Marsha coming back in now. Spirit Siphons galore, and now Tavo turning things around. No Scorched Earth, but the Shiva's Guards keeping everything slowed even further. Trying to play this long, drawn out team fight, but don't really have the nuke damage to really make that work until just now. This is the point where Mad King can just say though, hey, we're gonna get the hell out of there. You're the only one that's left alive. You have no team to set up to actually do the damage with this exorcism. paiN Gaming, they take a team fight that they really shouldn't have.
Yeah, they really did there. I mean, Juggernaut was just sitting on the high ground waiting for himself to be ready to come in. Like, the fight was, like, suboptimal to take after they lost their Undying and Brewmaster Ultimate had come out, but they just didn't want to take a full loss, so they ended up taking a fight and taking more and more, and they end up using all of their ultimates in suboptimal ways. Like, Mad Kings is just completely taking advantage of every mistake that paiN makes. We're constantly forcing paiN to make a move, so they're controlling the pace of this game at this point.
Yeah. Actually, with this commitment again from the exorcism, like, I cannot understate how big of an ultimate that is. That as well as the Doom, like, they have to play around these so much at this point. But right now it's on cooldown for another 40 seconds. Bruce Split is available in a couple. And Roshan is back up, so fortunately for paiN Gaming, yeah, I mean, the thing, right? Fortunately for paiN Gaming, Mad Kings are not really set up around this area right now. They're not ready to take a team fight there, so they might be able to sneak it themselves with the exorcism coming back. But so scary to find themselves in these situations here when they kind of were supposed to have a grips on this game, but they really don't.
And here they go, moving a little bit closer to the pit. Monkey King isn't with them. He doesn't have boots of travels.
Oh god, it gets gone on here. Everything being dropped. Does have the Ult Scepter to work with. Does get it off. And now the rest of the team coming through. A bit of extra control being used, but nothing on the Panda. Let's get the Bruce Split off. And now, oh, there it is. Tombstone. And especially being left alone. Getting rid of the Brewlings here. Meanwhile, this charge back onto the line. He can throw out some extra spells onto Mogre. He himself does not have the damage to work with, but now we're splitting up a little bit. HFN really wanted to get this gyrocopter, but he didn't. Lifted up into the air. Laden also doesn't quite have the power to really turn things around on him. He's being charged, so Morgan cancels it. King RD in the middle of that just nukes him down with a soul rip. I don't understand.
But you know what?
Anymore. Like,
you know what happened? Like, Mad Kings actually won that engagement. They took the bottom tier 3 while that was happening.
what they did? I didn't realize that. Holy hell.
I mean, they didn't win the engagement. They lost
sure.
the battle, but they won the war.
Did they though? I'm not sure if that was a game-winning play because you also give up Roshan. That's Aegis and Cheese. Cheese and Death Prophet's pretty damn good. And they didn't expand the Exorcism in the last fight. Marsha still has that available right now. And with that they can take maybe even 2 sets of racks. There is a glyph available for the high side to lay this, but they have to win a team fight here. They have to repel this push. And then maybe that's worth it getting a tier 3 bottom.
See.
Looks not so far, some damage being done, but the Exorcism is working away at the tower. The Doom coming through here onto the Monkey King, but all Oligarch's ultimate off. You have to fight through this Wooking's command, starting to do a decent amount of damage at this point. Blinking from Slot, I'm not sure about this one. HFN though gets silenced up by the Rubiks. They cannot actually convert that into more. Tower has fallen, Exorcism down to a quarter of its duration. Asha pops a cheese, seeing extra heals coming through. They really want to commit for those racks, and now another Bruce split here. Charge coming through to the back, only catches King RD. He's being bursted down immediately though. Does get the Death Tombstone. Can still contribute to this fight, but Marsha is isolated, left to his own devices. They're just gonna like leave him for dead. They didn't even get what they really came for. They only got the tier 3 tower, but no racks.
And there goes your gem.
That too. Oh god.
That was kind of funny. You can't actually see the gem underneath the Undying Tombstone when it drops now, can you?
Yeah, it was. Didn't even know he had one.
Interesting. That's the gem picker, or that's the gem holder now. Even if you die in the team fight, the enemies can't target your gem because it's underneath the tombstone.
Yeah, that's that extra opportunity. Still have to win the following team fight though.
And you got the second tombstone.
That
team
is
fight is easy
go
peasy.
on the slash. I think if you build the creeps with a decent amount, actually on the real hero, which is remarkable actually.
Yeah, all those creeps ended up dying to the Battle Fury as well. But that like the team fight that Mad Kings took there, like it looked like they were at a huge disadvantage in paiN Gaming. They had the healing ward up the entire time. The amount of damage that Mad Kings put out there, and the healing ward healed up was huge. If Rubik jumps on the healing ward, like you saw him blink in and look questionable for a moment there, but he was just trying to take down that healing ward as quick as he could so the enemies could keep chipping away at the tower. If they managed to take down that healing ward quicker next time, they're going to have an even better fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Monkey split pushing bottom again. So Death Prophet's going to have to deal with that, but I'm not sure Death Prophet can deal with that at this point.
That's a good question. XDXD, well, he doesn't want to try. Also puts a travel attempt here from the DP that's been cancelled because it was on a range creep that's already on the high ground, so easy pickings. Well, that meant the paiN Gaming couldn't actually go for a push themselves for the time being.
Unlucky.
Curious, I mean, he does have the magic wand in his inventory rather than the face boots, or just the extra damage. Is it that valuable still at this point, to have that magic wand?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Just no. Pull the phase boots, get the damage, get the extra movement speed. Come on, man.
And you get +2 damage. XD.
Yeah, then +2. But your role playing is XD now.
Yeah. Actually sold the face boots, I believe.
Oh yeah, there they go. That's more fair. You don't want 2 boots. You can keep a wand instead. But when you have the face boots and you have the wand, you want to be holding the face boots.
Yep. I'll be efficient with the slots and with the damage and whatnot. Stats for now.
Alright.
Have all the spells available again, you know what that means.
You have all your spells this time. Okay, we're gonna take another swing at your racks. Hopefully we can take this down in the time that Exodus is healing water up. If
30
not,
more seconds
okay.
with the Aegis too. What they're gonna use. They lost tier 1 top, I believe. HFN's heading here to winning that lane. This is where it's here. Kind of focused on range tracks right now. HFN's starting to do some damage here, and now Mogo finally lets it go. They trigger that Aegis just before it expires, and maybe it could have waited a little bit longer. Metal Rax should look like to fall as well. Dustin took quite a bit of damage from something here. Still gets his ultimate off. They bring down a Gyrocopter. Immediate buyback. Rubik also falls. Does have the buyback available too. And Primal Split. It's Marsha. Those exorcisms starting to come back now. So the heals will help him out to delay things a little bit. But the rest of the team again just leaving him for dead.
We still do have the Omni Slash on the Juggernaut, so if these enemies try to chase him too hard, he can cancel this TP. And nope, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
And
paiN
so
Gaming
is
playing very sacrificial right now. I mean, even on the Death Prophet, it's like, oh yeah, you just pop your Exorcism, you go for these racks, but don't expect us to try and bail you out afterwards. Like, you have one job and one job only. It's like, just ram your head into these buildings. But at this point, that means you're on the sidelines for a long, long time, and that gives them an opportunity. Gives them an opportunity to turn things around here. They have a DD rune to work with on XD, so the tier 2 tower will fall very, very fast, and can they get high ground themselves here? Hope as close as they can.
Might surprise you.
Yeah. 2 heroes that are missing, and no Juggernaut. He was actually being hexed up by the Rubik. Glimmer Cape will keep him safe, but now nada.
They have Omni Slash though. As long as he chooses his target wisely here, he's going to be okay.
Yep. Lost the tower though. Buyback now on the DP just before it actually comes back. Was a zoning ultimate from the Monkey King. Not lasting for too long here. Masha though with very quick trigger fingers on an Exorcism. That might actually hurt them because it doesn't look like they'll be able to get any kills. With the Delta Split here for Mad Kings.
Yeah. And they don't. Death Prophet might be playing a little bit tilted at this point. We see these exorcisms coming out in not the most effective way, and again, Roshan still not even may respond in 1 minute 10 seconds, so that's something else that they're gonna have to wait for. But
with you should have another exorcism by the time Roshan is up, so that's something, and then it'll be the third one. You have that refresher shot, so you can give that to the DP for that extra exorcism. I don't know. Try and put the Fear of God into HFN, force something after him. That's a spin to work with too. Charge keeps the vision up. We don't want the Juggernaut. There's still an Omni Slash though, so if any one hero is isolating him, there we go. Like, exactly like that. That's just going to happen.
yep,
That's
and that's
up
with an Arcane.
more
So
sword,
his extra Omni Slash time isn't that high. He's get back
yeah.
before the Rubik even responds. Yeah,
It is.
efficiency.
The silence, a couple of right clicks trying to go off of the sword, but they do have plenty of false stops now. They're the ones going high ground to get the Hex up on Spirit Breaker. Could be an easy target if they can get the burst damage down, blink forward, a couple more right clicks. It's not quite enough here. Now they have to fight back through that Monkey King ultimate here. The stun of the Death Prophet down to 100 health points and no way out of this one here. Down on the sidelines for another 90 seconds. Well, we were almost going into the lines and would have been in step for sure, I think. But now they're be very quick on the retreat here. Or maybe not here. The turnaround play, the Doom onto the Monkey King in the Finger of Death. What a play, and look at HFN. He just wants buildings. Not even another set of rags, or straight up tier 4s and filler buildings. 2 waves of super creeps inside the base.
Daddy's pissed.
He just has somewhere to be.
Yeah, and
that's
Slash up in about 5 seconds. Monkey King forced to buy back because this is the
my
aggression
God,
of
look at
Juggernaut's
this.
putting on them.
Gyrocopter, he ended up falling to Tabo as well. Not sure how this even happened. Without these ultimates, he just gets run down. With the rest of the team abandoning, scrambling back to base, but this doesn't buyback either.
Oh God, this is how it happens. Look at this, Monkey King, Juggernaut, disengagement.
Oh, what?
What? What?
Oh, the gem was on the line, had vision for a moment, but he couldn't keep up.
God.
Oh, mistakes were made, not lying. You gotta get out of there. You gotta keep a hold on that gem. The charge
get out of it.
is onto Tabo. He does have the BKB, does have the Scorch Earth, still being controlled up by the Spirit Pack. He needs another couple of bashes or something. No, actually, maybe he doesn't. Does have Duster coming through, does get the stun off, but now, well, he falls himself. Plenty of illusions also betting against each other right now. Buyback coming through on the Spirit Breaker. They want more. Want to keep paiN Gaming on the down low.
Oh God.
Tabo. Oh, what is happening? Oh no, they have to defend the base! Death Prophet! With the exorcism, the TP has been cancelled! Tabo! What a god, he did it somehow! More TPs coming through here. HFN joining as well. There's They needed to throw at this point. They're trying their best here. They need to bring down the Death Prophet, but the Yule Scepter!
And
The
down the
GG
throne
is
goes.
called! paiN Gaming! They had somewhere to be. They wanted the freaking game to end, and that somewhere to be is at the upper bracket finals. Just punched the ticket for what an end. Yeah, even
What an
Dota
end.
cannot handle that. Match sign out delayed, high load. Yeah, it's Dota even wasn't ready for that game to end in this fashion. Holy hell.
Yeah, paiN Gaming knows how to put on a show.
Whew.
paiN Gaming. That was quite an ending. I gotta give them props for that one.
Yeah. Well, oh, what else do you say after that one? I mean, Macking, so we're ready to just try and chase them down one by one and just get some momentum going for their own. I mean, you could see how quickly they actually dispatch of buildings if they can actually get across across the map, and there was a real danger of them just being kind of throwing paiN Gaming into this buyback spiral where you're always missing like one or two heroes because of extend.
One ultimate is always down, one buyback is, or one hero is always out. Like they can't ever fight at full strength. The way that Mad King forced them to constantly do that was super impressive this game. So I give Mad King's props for how well they played this game.
Yep.
But just wasn't enough. And Masha at the end, she was just sick of this. She says, "I want this to be over." I think she surprised even her teammates with that one.
Oh yeah.
On the Death Prophet.
Bit of a Hail Mary play for sure, but they saw the opportunity, they did the math, hey, we can do this. HFN, come join me with your boots of travel, and they're like, hey. And Tavo cancelling the 1 TP. Who was, I believe, the Brewmaster even?
I was just watching the throne while that was happening. I saw the Rubik TPing in, but I had no idea who canceled that one.
Yeah. I think it must have been Tavo because the entire lineup was down there. I'm not entirely sure. Would have to check the replay, but the point stands, paiN Gaming with a kind of a crazy end, but it was a very good series from them regardless. They will face up against Sacred right now, actually, I believe. Yeah, that game's scheduled to start soon. That'll be Mike Loris bringing you that one, I believe, either on this channel or over on BTS 1 or 2, one of these. You'll be able to find it, I'm sure. So that means we're done for the day. My name is DragonDrop. You can follow me on Twitter at DragonDropDota. And my co-caster at NefSensei, also known as Wacky Nef.
Not that I watch anime, because I don't.
Yeah. Don't believe him, guys. Whatever he says, do not believe him. But yeah. Any last words, my friend?
It was a pleasure casting this game. paiN Gaming put on quite a show. Again, interesting learning a little bit more about the South American Dota scene. So, always a pleasure casting with you, DragonDrop. Thanks for letting me join.
Right back at ya. And with those awesome closing words, I'll just add a few of my own. Thank you guys once again very much for watching, and see you next time.